Basically, I got into astrology to disprove it. My girlfriend asked me what my sun sign was. I went, oh, Looney Tune. She picked up on it and said, you say you're a scientist, you test it. I'd been a whiz kid scientist from the age of 8 to graduate school in neurochemistry. So I said, okay, I'll test it. Planning to show her she was full of... Anyway, I tested it by doing writing down everything these two great top books said after I calculated the chart, and reading it to co-workers at a job I had. Much to my surprise, even though about 40% of what I said was general enough to fit me, about 80% fit them. Then I'd go over specific things and say, well, does this fit you? Something very specific. And they'd say, yeah, it does. I'd go, what? I began to see what things in the books never worked. And then the percentage went up to 85, and then 90, then 95, then 100. Everything I said fit for them. Before you know it, I was going from trying to disprove astrology to start rooting for it. And I became an astrologer.
How has astrology impacted your life, both personally and as a career?
Well, personally, it's helped me to face myself. And, well, let me finish that thought. It helped me to face myself. It helped me to understand that there were parts of me that had strengths and parts of me had weaknesses. It showed me the light and dark, the strengths and weaknesses, even in the same position. So in other words, it was like a mirror, an objective mirror of who I was, that I could learn from and learn from and learn from. Then when I started dating people, or if I was dating someone, I could understand how they were wired. So instead of blaming them for acting a certain way, I could understand why they acted a certain way. What an insight that was. Even more, in those days, back in '74, my hair was fairly long, I was hippie-ish. And so I thought squares were, not worthy. Then I found out that there are 4 elements, fire, air, earth, and water, and that the earth element represented conservatism and groundedness and a lot of very good qualities. So it changed me politically because it helped me to realize that there's a place for everyone under the sun, and that every single type of person is right. Professionally, I began to attract people who really wanted to understand themselves. I already was a therapist. I also began being a practicing psychic. And so they wove into each other, and there are things I'd learned from the chart that I wouldn't learn psychically, the things that I wouldn't learn from the chart that I wouldn't see in therapy. So they all fed each other really beautifully.